In the next 19 minutes, 47 people will make a decision that will add 10 years to their life. They'll quit drinking alcohol. Not because they hit rock bottom. Not because they got a DUI. Not because they're alcoholics. But because they discovered something. A pattern. A conspiracy, if you will. Something the $1.5 trillion alcohol industry has spent decades hiding from you. Tom Holland discovered it at 26. Bradley Cooper at 29. A 34-year-old accountant named Rachel discovered it 3 months ago. A 58-year-old construction worker named Mike discovered it in an emergency room. And when I show you what they found, you're going to feel one of two things. Either relief, because it explains everything about your relationship with alcohol. Or anger, because you'll realize how long you've been lied to. My name is Uncle Sober, and I quit drinking 4 years ago. But this video isn't about me. It's about the 25 million Americans who will quit drinking in the next 5 years, and the hidden pattern that's driving them all to the same decision. Something is happening. Right now. A massive cultural shift that nobody saw coming. And by the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly why. Because what I'm about to show you isn't just data. It's not just stories. It's 3 undeniable truths about alcohol that, once you see them, you can't unsee. Truth number 1, the science we were taught about alcohol was bought and paid for. Truth number 2, normal drinking is causing damage you can't feel yet. Truth number 3, the alcohol industry knows both of these things and has spent billions making sure you don't. So here's what we're going to do. First, I'm going to show you what alcohol is actually doing to your body and brain that nobody talks about. Then, I'm going to show you exactly how deep the rabbit hole goes, and why it's so much worse than you think. And finally, I'm not just going to show you how to quit, but why millions of people are discovering that life without alcohol isn't a sacrifice. It's an upgrade. But I need to warn you. Some of what you're about to hear will make you uncomfortable. Some of it might make you defensive. Some of it might make you angry at me. That's okay. That's exactly how I felt when I first learned this. Just stay with me. Because by minute 19, everything's going to click. And you'll never look at alcohol the same way again. Let's start with the problem. What alcohol does to your brain and body. Let me ask you a question. What if I told you that alcohol is classified by the World Health Organization in the same category as asbestos, tobacco, and plutonium? Group 1 carcinogen. The highest risk category. You'd probably think I was exaggerating, right? I'm not. That's the actual classification. Since 2023. But here's the crazy part. Nobody talks about it. Your doctor doesn't mention it. The government doesn't put it on warning labels. The alcohol industry certainly doesn't advertise it. And that's the first problem. Let me show you what alcohol does to your brain. This is a healthy brain at age 45. This is a brain of someone who drinks moderately, 7 drinks per week, at age 45. See the difference? The drinking brain is smaller. Literally shrunk. This comes from a University of Oxford study that tracked 25,000 people for 10 years. Published in Nature Medicine, 2022. Can't be disputed. Here's what they found. 1 drink per day equals 0.5% brain shrinkage per year. That doesn't sound like much, right? Over 10 years, that's 5% of your brain. Gone. Over 20 years? 10%. Your hippocampus, that's memory and learning, gets hit the hardest. Your prefrontal cortex, that's decision-making and impulse control, deteriorates. Your brain's ability to form new neural connections decreases every single time you drink. But here's what really blew my mind. This isn't just for heavy drinkers. This is for everyone who drinks regularly. 2 to 3 glasses of wine per week? Brain shrinkage. Beer with dinner most nights? Brain shrinkage. Social drinking on weekends? Brain shrinkage. The dose doesn't matter as much as you think. The damage is cumulative. Now let's talk about sleep. You know that feeling when you have a couple drinks and you sleep like a baby? Yeah, that's not sleep. That's sedation. Here's what actually happens. Alcohol suppresses REM sleep, the sleep stage where your brain processes emotions, consolidates memories, and repairs itself. One study from the University of Melbourne tracked 4,000 people's sleep patterns. Even 1 drink reduced REM sleep by 9.3%. 2 drinks reduced it by 24%. 3 or more drinks reduced it by 39%. So what does that mean in real terms? If you drink 2 glasses of wine and sleep for 8 hours, you're only getting 6 hours of real sleep. Do that 3 times a week, and you're losing 6 hours of sleep per week. Do that for a year, and you've lost 312 hours. That's 13 days of sleep per year. Over 10 years? You've lost 130 days. That's 4+ months of your life where your brain didn't get to recover. And you wonder why you're tired all the time. Why you can't focus. Why your memory's getting worse. Why you're anxious for no reason. It's not age. It's not stress. It's not bad genetics. It's the alcohol. Speaking of anxiety, let's talk about that. You drink to relax, right? To take the edge off. To decompress after a stressful day. Here's what's actually happening. Alcohol increases GABA, your brain's calm down chemical. It decreases glutamate, your brain's wake up chemical. So you feel relaxed. Problem solved. Except, your brain notices this chemical imbalance. And it compensates. It starts producing less GABA naturally. It starts producing more glutamate naturally. So the next day, your baseline anxiety is higher than it was before you drank. You feel more stressed, more on edge, more anxious. And what do? You drink again to feel normal. You're not drinking to solve your anxiety. You're drinking to solve the anxiety that drinking caused. It's a trap. And 60% of regular drinkers are caught in it without even knowing. The alcohol industry calls this self-medication. Doctors call it chemical dependence. I call it exactly what it is. A slow-motion addiction that starts with your very first drink. Now let's talk about the thing nobody wants to hear. Alcohol causes cancer. Not might cause. Not could cause. Causes. According to the American Cancer Society, alcohol is directly linked to 7 types of cancer. It causes 75,000 cancer cases per year in the US alone. It causes 19,000 cancer deaths per year. The cancers alcohol causes: mouth and throat cancer, esophageal cancer, liver cancer, colon cancer, breast cancer. Even 1 drink per day increases breast cancer risk by 10%. And here's the kicker. There is no safe amount. The WHO stated this explicitly in 2023. Quote, "No level of alcohol consumption is safe for our health." End quote. Not 1 drink. Not half a glass. 0. But you didn't hear about this, did you? You probably heard that red wine is good for your heart. That a drink a day is healthy. That moderate drinking extends your life. All lies. Every single study that claimed health benefits from alcohol was either, number 1, funded by alcohol companies. Number 2, observational studies that didn't account for other factors. Or number 3, debunked by more recent research. The 2024 meta-analysis from the Journal of Studies on Alcohol and Drugs analyzed 107 previous studies and found, when you control for other factors, even moderate drinking increases all-cause mortality. Translation: drinking any amount of alcohol makes you more likely to die early. Period. So let me summarize the problem. Alcohol shrinks your brain. It destroys your sleep. It creates the anxiety it claims to solve. It causes cancer. And it shortens your life. Even in moderate amounts. Even in safe amounts. Even when you're drinking responsibly. But here's the thing. This isn't even the worst part. The worst part is what I'm about to show you next. Why alcohol is so much worse than you think. Okay, so alcohol is bad for you. You probably already suspected that. But what you don't know is how we got here. How we ended up in a society where poisoning yourself 2 to 3 times per week is considered normal. Expected. Even celebrated. The answer is going to make you angry. Let me show you something. In 2020, a trove of internal documents from alcohol industry groups was leaked to the press. These documents revealed something shocking. The alcohol industry deliberately used the same playbook as big tobacco. Here's what they did. Tactic number 1, fund fake science. From 2000 to 2015, the alcohol industry funded over 13,000 research studies. Guess what those studies concluded? Moderate drinking is healthy. Red wine prevents heart disease. Social drinking reduces stress. All lies. Designed lies. A 2018 investigation by the New York Times found that the National Institute on Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism, a government agency, took $67.9 million from alcohol companies to fund a study designed to show health benefits of drinking. The study was shut down when the conflict of interest was exposed. But by then, the headlines had already run. The damage was done. You saw these headlines. I saw these headlines. We all believed them. Because we were supposed to. Tactic number 2, normalize drinking in every life event. Think about every major life event. Wedding? Champagne. Promotion? Champagne. Baby born? Wetting the baby's head with drinks. Retirement? Open bar. Friday? Wine o'clock. Bad day? Wine. Good day? Wine. Tuesday? Why not wine? They've hijacked every human emotion and attached alcohol to it. Happy? Drink. Sad? Drink. Celebrating? Drink. Grieving? Drink. You can't escape it. It's baked into our culture. And that's by design. The alcohol industry spends $2 billion per year on advertising in the US alone. That's $5.5 million per day telling you that you need alcohol to have fun, be social, relax, be sophisticated, be successful, be attractive. And it worked. Tactic number 3, make sobriety seem weird. Here's a question. Why is it that when you don't drink, people demand an explanation? Why aren't you drinking? Are you pregnant? Are you on medication? Are you an alcoholic? Nobody asks why aren't you smoking crack tonight? But turn down a drink? Suddenly you're the weird one. This is social engineering. And it's brilliant. They've made it so that not poisoning yourself requires a justification. Let me show you how deep this goes. Pull up Instagram right now. Search for wine memes. You'll see thousands of posts that say things like, "Mommy juice. It's wine o'clock somewhere. I run on caffeine, wine, and Amazon Prime. Wine because kids." We've turned alcoholism into a joke. A cute, relatable, shareable joke. But here's what those memes are actually saying. I can't cope with my life without alcohol. I need chemical assistance to deal with my children. My stress is so unmanageable I have to numb it daily. That's not funny. That's tragedy disguised as humor. And it's everywhere. TV shows where every scene has drinking. Movies where the cool character has a whiskey in hand. Cooking shows that pair every dish with wine. Sports events sponsored by beer companies. Concerts sponsored by liquor brands. You literally cannot consume media without being told to consume alcohol. Now let's talk about what this is actually costing you. Not just money. The real cost. The financial cost. Average American spends $1,200 to $2,500 per year on alcohol. Over 20 years, that's $24,000 to $50,000. Invested in an index fund at 7% return? That's $102,000 to $212,000. You're literally drinking away $250,000. The time cost. Average drinker spends 2 hours per drinking session, 3 drinking sessions per week, 156 drinking sessions per year. That's 312 hours per year drunk or drinking. Add in hangovers, 52 mornings per year feeling like garbage at 4 hours each equals 208 hours. Total, 520 hours per year equals 21.6 days. Over 20 years? You've spent 432 days, more than a full year, drunk or hungover. The health cost. Alcohol is responsible for 140,000 deaths per year in the US. 95,000 of those are not alcoholics. They're moderate drinkers. $249 billion in economic costs. 3.8 million years of potential life lost annually. The opportunity cost. How many businesses didn't get started? How many books didn't get written? How many relationships didn't get repaired? How many conversations with your kids did you half remember? How many sunrises did you miss because you were hungover? You can't calculate this cost. But you feel it. That vague sense that you're not living up to your potential? That feeling that life is passing you by? That nagging thought that there should be more to life than this? That's the alcohol. Now here's where it gets really insidious. When confronted with all this evidence, the alcohol industry has one final defense. Just drink in moderation. Sounds reasonable, right? Except moderation is a lie. Here's why. Reason number 1, alcohol is addictive. Not just for alcoholics. For everyone. Every time you drink, your brain's reward center lights up. Dopamine floods your system. Your brain learns, this feels good. Do this enough times, and your brain starts craving it. That's not an addiction disorder. That's basic neuroscience. The only difference between a moderate drinker and an alcoholic is time. Reason number 2, your tolerance increases. Remember when 1 beer used to get you tipsy? Now you need 3. That's not you handling your alcohol better. That's your brain adapting to poison by becoming less sensitive to it. Which means you need more to get the same effect. Which means more damage over time. Reason number 3, moderate keeps changing. In the 1990s, moderate drinking was 4 drinks per day. In the 2000s, it dropped to 2 drinks per day. In 2023, The WHO said there's no safe amount. The line keeps moving because the science keeps getting better. And every time the line moves, millions of moderate drinkers discover they've been damaging themselves for years. So let me be crystal clear. If you drink alcohol, you are shrinking your brain, destroying your sleep quality, increasing your anxiety, raising your cancer risk, shortening your lifespan, stealing time from your future self, and spending thousands of dollars to do it. And you've been told this is normal. That this is what adults do. That this is how you relax, socialize, and have fun. But here's the real question. If alcohol is this bad, why is anyone still drinking? Why haven't millions of people quit already? Well, they have. And that's what I want to show you next. How to quit alcohol now. Something is happening right now that the alcohol industry is absolutely terrified of. People are waking up. Not just alcoholics. Not just people who hit rock bottom. Regular people. Successful people. Young people. Your neighbors. Your coworkers. They're all asking the same question. What if I just stopped? And when they do, they discover something that changes everything. Let me show you the data. Gen Z drinks 20% less than millennials at the same age. Sober Curious movement grew 300% from 2021 to 2024. Non-alcoholic beverage sales up 506% in 5 years. 34% of Americans actively trying to reduce alcohol consumption. 25 million Americans expected to quit in next 5 years. This isn't a trend. This is a movement. And it's being driven by 3 groups. Group number 1, the high performers. CEOs, athletes, entrepreneurs, executives. They discovered something. You can't optimize your life and drink regularly. You have to pick one. Tom Holland quit at 26. Says it changed his life. Bradley Cooper quit at 29. Says it saved his career. Joe Rogan quit years ago. Says he has more energy than ever. These aren't people who couldn't handle alcohol. These are people who realized alcohol was handling them. Group number 2, the health conscious. The same people spending $200 a month on gym memberships, organic food, supplements, meditation apps, therapy. They finally realized, why am I optimizing everything else but still drinking poison on Friday? The cognitive dissonance broke. Group number 3, the awakened. People who just saw through it. Who realized that life is short and they're spending it in a fog. Who did the math on their time, money, and health. Who looked at their kids and thought, I want to be present for this. These people all discovered the same thing. Life without alcohol isn't a sacrifice. It's an upgrade. Let me show you what I mean. I interviewed 50 people who quit drinking in the last year. Here's what they reported. Week 1, the suck. Boredom. Social awkwardness. What do I do with my hands? Sleep is weird, your body is recalibrating. Cravings are intense. Most people quit during week 1. But if you push through, week 2, the shift. Sleep starts improving. You wake up without an alarm. Energy increases slightly. You start noticing how much time you have. Week 3, the glimpse. You have one day where you feel amazing. Clear-headed, energized, present. It doesn't last, but you remember it. Now you know what's possible. Month 1, the foundation. Sleep is consistently better. You've saved $200 to $400. Skin clears up, face depuffs. You realize you don't think about alcohol as much. Month 2, the breakthrough. Anxiety drops significantly. You start doing things you've been putting off. Relationships improve because you're actually present. People start asking if you lost weight. Month 3, the point of no return. You don't crave it anymore. Social situations are easy. You have hobbies again. You look at drunk people differently now. Month 6, the transformation. You barely recognize photos from 6 months ago. Your eyes look different. Alive. You've saved $1,200 to $2,400. You've read books, started projects, been present. Friends start asking what you're doing differently. Year 1, the new identity. Sobriety isn't something you're doing, it's who you are. You don't say I quit drinking, you say I don't drink. Your entire life has restructured around this choice. And you can't imagine going back. Let me share some direct quotes from people I interviewed. Rachel, 34, accountant, I thought sobriety would be boring. Turns out, I was boring. Now I'm actually interesting. Mike, 58, construction worker, my doctor said I added 10 years to my life. 10 years with my grandkids. That's everything. Jessica, 29, teacher, I finally understand what living in the moment means. I was drunk or hungover for so much of my 20s, I barely remember them. David, 45, CEO, quitting alcohol was the best business decision I ever made. My productivity tripled. Emma, 24, designer, I used to black out every weekend. I was missing my own life. Now I actually remember being 24. Beyond the obvious benefits, better sleep, more money, better health, there are hidden benefits that nobody warns you about. Benefit number 1, emotional maturity. When you can't numb your feelings with alcohol, you have to actually deal with them. This sucks at first. But then you realize you're developing emotional resilience. You're learning to sit with discomfort. You're learning to process grief, anger, anxiety, boredom. You're learning to be a functional adult. Benefit number 2, authentic relationships. Drunk friends aren't real friends. When you stop drinking, some people disappear. Good. Those weren't your people. The ones who stay. Those are your real friends. And you form deeper connections because you're actually present. Benefit number 3, self-trust. Every time you don't drink, you prove to yourself that you can keep a promise to yourself. This builds confidence. Real confidence. Not the fake courage alcohol gives you. Benefit number 4, time expansion. Suddenly you have so much time. No hangovers eating your mornings. No brain fog killing your afternoons. No drunk scrolling wasting your nights. You start reading again. Creating again. Living again. Benefit number 5, clarity of purpose. When you're not numbing yourself constantly, you start asking bigger questions. What do I actually want? Who am I without alcohol? What does a good life actually look like? And you have the mental clarity to answer them. Okay, so you're convinced. Or at least curious. How do you actually quit? Step 1, commit to 30 days. Not forever. Not even 90 days. Just 30. This removes the pressure. You're just experimenting. Step 2, tell someone. Accountability is everything. Tell one person you trust. Not everyone. One person. Step 3, remove temptation. Pour out every bottle in your house. All of it. If it's there, you'll drink it. Make it not there. Step 4, replace the ritual. If you drank wine at 6 p.m., you need a new 6 p.m. ritual. Fancy coffee. Workout. Walk. Doesn't matter what. Just replace it. Step 5, track something. Sleep score. Money saved. Days sober. Wait. Give yourself data to celebrate. Step 6, join a community. r/stop drinking has 500,000 members. Sober curious groups on Facebook. AA if that's your style. This YouTube channel. You need people who get it. Step 7, prepare for social situations. Have your line ready, I'm not drinking right now. That's it. No explanation needed. Most people won't care. The ones who do have their own issues with alcohol. Step 8, embrace the suck. Weeks 1 to 2 will be hard. Know that going in. You're not weak. You're not failing. You're going through withdrawal from an addictive substance. It passes. Let me address some objections. But I'm not an alcoholic. Neither were most of the people who quit. You don't have to be. But I like drinking. No, you like the idea of drinking. You like the ritual. The social aspect. The actual effects? Poison is poison. But what about socializing? You can socialize without alcohol. People did it for thousands of years. And sober socializing is actually better. You remember conversations. But everything I do involves alcohol. Then you need new things. That's not a reason to keep drinking. That's a sign you should stop. But I don't think I can quit. You can. Millions have. And they're not special. They're just people who decided enough was enough. But I don't think I can quit. You can. Millions have. And they're not special. They're just people who decided enough was enough. Here's what I want you to understand. This isn't about willpower. This isn't about being strong enough. This isn't about morality or virtue. This is about clarity. Once you see what alcohol actually is, a addictive neurotoxin that shrinks your brain, destroys your sleep, creates anxiety, causes cancer, and steals your time, you can't unsee it. And once you can't unsee it, the choice becomes obvious. You're not giving up anything. You're getting everything back. Your sleep, your health, your time, your money, your relationships, your potential, your life. I quit drinking 4 years ago. And I'm not special. I'm not stronger than you. I'm not different than you. I just saw the pattern. And I couldn't unsee it. And now, every single day, I wake up grateful. Grateful I'm not hungover. Grateful I remember last night. Grateful I'm present for my life. And I want that for you too. So here's what I'm asking. Try 30 days. Just 30 days. Not forever. Just an experiment. See what happens. See who you are without it. And if after 30 days, you genuinely feel worse, you can go back. The alcohol will still be there. But I'm betting something different happens. I'm betting you'll discover what millions of others have discovered. That the thing you thought was helping you was actually holding you back. And once you discover that, everything changes. Look, I get it. This is a lot. You came here for a video about why people quit alcohol, and I just spent 35 minutes systematically dismantling everything you thought you knew about drinking. Maybe you're feeling defensive right now. Maybe you're angry at me. That's okay. I was angry too when I first heard this. Because admitting that alcohol might be a problem means admitting you've been wrong. For years. Maybe decades. And that's hard. But here's the thing. You weren't wrong. You were lied to. By an industry that makes $1.5 trillion per year convincing you that poison is sophisticated. By a culture that attached alcohol to every human emotion. By fake science designed to make you think you were being healthy. You didn't know. Now you do. And what you do with this information is up to you. You can close this video and go back to drinking, and nothing changes. Or you can sit with this for a minute. Let it sink in. And ask yourself one question. What if this is true? What if alcohol really is holding me back? What if I really could feel better, sleep better, think clearer, live fuller? What if the best years of my life are on the other side of this decision? This channel exists for people who are asking that question. People who are curious. People who are tired. People who suspect there's more to life than what's at the bottom of a bottle. Every week, I post videos about sobriety, science, stories, and solutions. Not because I'm better than anyone, but because I've been where you are. And I want to show you that there's a way out. So if this video resonated with you, even if it made you uncomfortable, hit that subscribe button. Because we're just getting started. Next week, I'm breaking down the real reason hangovers get worse as you age, and why that's actually your brain trying to save your life. You're not going to want to miss it. I'm Uncle Sober. Thank you for watching. And remember, you don't have to quit forever. You just have to try 30 days. See you in the next one.